If you have pigmentation, i.e. melasma, dark spots, or uneven tone, there are 2 morning habits you must stop immediately. Not reduce, not skip occasionally, stop. Because these habits switch on your melanocytes like a light switch, and in some people they stay activated for months. Most people think pigmentation is caused by sunburn or creams alone. However, the science says otherwise. I'll show you PubMed-backed evidence, the exact mechanism, and what to do instead. This is a non-sponsored video, it's clinically accurate, and will save you years of stubborn hyperpigmentation. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because don't forget, I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every YouTube video, so you can come and ask me your skincare questions. Also, it means you get to join our online YouTube community and ask each other questions too. So if you haven't, subscribe and hit that bell so you know when to come and ask me. I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan, a medically qualified doctor and a cosmetic formulator for skin of color. I'm also a published author with HarperCollins. I spent years combining clinical dermatology, skin science, and formulation data to help people actually fix pigmentation, not just cover it up. In this video, I'll give you the 2 habits most people don't even realize are harmful, the exact mechanism in your skin that makes pigmentation worse, evidence-based fixes, and bonus tips you can screenshot and save for your routine. Habit number 1. If you step outside for just a few minutes in the morning without protection, even through glass, you're training your melanocytes to keep producing pigment all day. UVA rays penetrate glass and clouds. UVA rays activate melanocytes in the dermis. Now, cumulative UVA exposure worsens melasma and PIH, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. The studies showed that patients with incidental UVA exposure, that means a little bit every now and then, show persistent pigmentation even with topical brightness. Think of melanocytes like a switchable light. Every minute of UVA exposure flicks it on. Without protection, it stays on longer than it should. So your practical steps are: number 1, apply a broad spectrum SPF 50 before leaving your home. Not SPF 30, SPF 50. You ideally want to opt for a mineral SPF 50 if you're prone to melasma, because don't forget zinc oxide is anti-inflammatory and you need all the anti-inflammatories you can get when you have hyperpigmentation. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like. This is the world's first mineral SPF 50 formulated for skin of color with no white cast. In here, we also added in MelaShield, which is for hyperpigmentation. We added in blue light protection and niacinamide. Enjoy! There are now many other mineral sunscreens on the market, and I've actually made a full video for you on the best and worst mineral sunscreens for skin of color, so you can go watch that. You also want to add in other physical barriers, so such as anti-melasma sunglasses. You can use a wide-brimmed hat, and anytime you find shade, you should sit under it. Even 5 to 10 minutes daily can accumulate with hyperpigmentation, which is why some people see darkening despite topical treatments. Now, let's talk about that second habit, is something that almost everyone does: misusing vitamin C and the oxidation that happens with it. Now, vitamin C is supposed to brighten the skin, but if it's used incorrectly in the morning, it can actually make pigmentation worse. The mechanism of action is oxidized vitamin C, such as pure L-ascorbic acid in a pipette, can produce free radicals that are very damaging in the skin. So clinical data shows that oxidized L-ascorbic acid increases the markers of melanocyte activation. That's the cell that produces pigment melanin, and that's what becomes hyperactive to produce the melanin in the skin. You want to calm down the melanocyte and to bring it back to normal. Now, if you then apply heat exposure after this, such as a hairdryer, a hot shower, or sun, it can trigger melanogenesis, i.e. the manufacturing of melanin in the melanocyte. Some other things to look out for are fragrance in your vitamin C. This can lead to irritation and increased hyperpigmentation in skin of color. So you want to avoid unstable formulas. You want to go for stable vitamin C derivatives in an airless pump. Opt for things like tetrahexaldecaloscorbate, sodium ascorbate phosphate, 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. If you want to avoid morning heat exposure immediately after application. If you're using pure ascorbic acid, you can store it in the fridge and you must discard it if it's oxidized, so if it's starting to look brown. But actually, for skin of color, I would never tell you to buy L-ascorbic acid. I would always tell you to buy a derivative. So for example, we created our vitamin C glow serum specifically for skin of color. 2 forms of vitamin C derivative, plus ceramides, because we lack ceramides in our skin, plus bakuchiol, which gives retinol effects without any irritation, licorice root extract, ferulic acid, and phytic acid, which are all safe tyrosinase inhibitors for skin of color to help brighten the skin. This formula didn't exist in an airless pump for skin of color, which is why I made it for you. So these two simple morning habits can either make or break your pigmentation process. And now we're going to add bonus strategies to fix what's already happened. If you guys want to pause the video and screenshot this table, pigmentation is not just products, your behavior matters. So your morning routine is your face wash, your vitamin C glow serum, your moisturizer, which should ideally have tyrosinase inhibitors to brighten the skin, and then your mineral SPF 50, which should also have tyrosinase inhibitors in it too. A couple of other things to look into is your hydration. Low water intake means more inflammation, which means more hyperpigmentation. So a little trick you can do is when you go and urinate, have a look at the urine. What color is it? If it's very yellow and it's concentrated, it means you're not drinking enough water. You really want it to be more of a pale yellow. The other important one is sleep. Cortisol spikes during poor sleep, which increases melanin activity. So stress-induced inflammation worsens PIH in skin of color. You can screenshot this. So here's your 3-step internal and external framework for pigmentation. Number 1, stop the 2 harmful morning habits, i.e. UVA exposure and vitamin C misuse. Use evidence-based actives correctly, such as niacinamide, stable forms of vitamin C, antioxidants, and your SPF 50. Support lifestyle factors such as hydration, sleep, and cortisol. Fixing pigmentation isn't magic. It's about switching off triggers and supporting your skin barrier consistently. Comment yes below if you want me to make an evening routine for pigmentation for skin of color. The mistakes people make at nighttime are just as damaging. And don't forget to subscribe for skincare that's evidence-based for skin of color. Love, Dr. V.